Hello.
Hey everyone, what's up?
He's back.
I am back, Mark is back, and we're bringing you our top 10 worst movies of the year. And this is how it's going to work. We're going to name them off one at a time. My number 10, his number 10,
And
so
then,
on and so forth.
and then we can describe why they're bad and so on and so forth.
Yeah, tell you why we hated them, but we're glad to be back and enjoy the show.
Oh.
My number 10 is Yogi Bear. As soon as I saw this trailer, it made me laugh because it sounded so bad. And then I heard Dan Aykroyd and Justin Timberlake were Boo Boo and Yogi.
Hey now. Come
I'm
on.
sorry, Dan Aykroyd is good, but playing Yogi Bear, no. And
You did a
then,
good job.
okay, I guess, but
I'd like
it
to
was
see you do a better job.
it was just a really shitty interpretation of Yogi Bear, and it was meant for nothing but little, like, getting 8-year-olds to laugh, and it had nothing. It had nothing going for anyone over the age of 10 years old, and it was just really boring, and I just didn't like it at all.
Alright, I guess I'll say my number 10 is The Wolfman with Benicio del Toro. With such a great cast and awesome, original movie, you think that the remake would add justice, but it didn't. It was boring. And you only see him transform 4 times.
Yeah.
And it was awful CGI, and
But I gotta admit, Hugo Weaving wasn't bad in it.
he wasn't bad. Benicio del Toro, he did a fairly good job, and, everyone did a good job. Even Anthony Hopkins, he was just kind of like, that was my impression. He doesn't really interpret. He's like,
Yeah.
he yells awkwardly.
You are a wolf!
You're a wolf! But,
And then he ends up being a
some
wolf.
stuff, I liked, some of the wolf scenes were cool, but even though they looked bad, well, it was still a bad movie. So that's my number 10.
Well, my number 9 has gotta be Devil. It goes to show, as soon as you attach M. Night Shyamalan onto anything,
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan,
Ding
go
dong.
fuck yourself or whatever, you know it's gonna do bad. Because it actually, when the first, trailers came out, M. Night Shyamalan wasn't even on the trailer. He was not credited at all until, the last, month of, promoting it.
Yeah.
And then they attached
His name?
M. Night Shyamalan Presents Devil. And then as soon as that happened, opening weekend,
Audience.
oh shit. Didn't even, I don't even know if it made the top 10. And if it did, it was very low.
I think it did. When I first saw the trailer, I thought it looked interesting. People locked in a freaking confined space and
Yeah, it didn't look too bad.
claustrophobic.
But after I saw The Last Airbender and then his name was attached to it, I was like, shit. But I went and saw it anyway, and it ended up being exactly that. Shit, it was. It's there was not very much originality to it at all, and all the actors, they weren't real known actors, and
Oh, no.
they didn't, and that's usually a good thing, but it wasn't in this case. They just couldn't act at all, and it was just a really boring hour and a half waste of my life, and I didn't enjoy it at all.
And one actor I only recognized was, he was, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's friend in 500 Days of Summer. He played, I don't know his name in it.
That's it.
Right.
But overall, not a great movie.
Alright, my number 9 is Clash of the Titans. Even though you liked it for some
Yes.
odd reason.
Shut the fuck up. I like that movie.
Okay.
Y'all can hate on me.
Okay, you can hate on me, but let me see why. Alright. So, this movie came on the train as of, since Avatar was in 3D, and it was like, holy shit, 3D! And then they're like, let's make Clash of the Titans. I'm like, oh, cool, we're going to make Clash of the Titans. That should be pretty awesome. And I saw Sam Worthington was Percy. So I'm like, oh, cool, I like Sam Worthington. He's cool. And then 3D, I'm like, really?
Yeah, that did make me sad.
And then, you see the 3D, you're like, oh, this should be pretty cool. And then, I heard a term post-production 3D. I'm like, the 3D for Avatar was pretty good. Was great. This should be good. And I'm like, my eyes. They hurt. Because of these. I have lots of these. As you can... Unnecessary.
Yeah.
Hurts the eyes. This is me. At
Don't
the
do
theater.
3D unless you're gonna do it right.
Don't do 3D unless you shoot it. And even if you shoot it, it can turn to a piece of crap, like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, the movie was corny, cheesy. Everyone was overreacting. Even Sam Worthington overreacted a few times. And, like, even the great Liam Neeson, as a god,
Send out the Kraken!
He's
Way over the top. And
over the top and unnecessary. And even the Kraken, even though it looks cool, kind of looks like... But, yeah. Some of the action was alright, but everything was just overdone and overzealous.
Well, my number 8 is Avatar: The Last Airbender. And like I said when I was talking about Devil, M. Night was attached to it. And I don't hate M. Night Shyamalan like everyone else does. I mean, I disliked the past few movies. Like Lady in the Water was really bad. I didn't like it. And even The Village, a lot of people like The Village. I hated The Village. But I still give the guy credit for doing Signs and for Unbreakable, because Unbreakable is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Underrated.
Yeah, it's very underrated. And I saw Avatar: Last Airbender, and I'm like, the show's really good. And I really love the cartoon show. And I saw the trailer, and I'm like,
Oh, this is badass.
yeah, I'm like, this is pretty badass. I'm like, I love the cartoon, and hopefully seeing it come to life on the big screen could be awesome. Until I saw it. They, everyone in the movie did really bad acting. I don't know the kid. What's the little kid's name?
Shitter. The only person I did good was Dave.
Dave Patel.
He's the only actor that at least
It did okay,
did
and even at that,
good.
it wasn't that great.
The thing that made me laugh was the villain. The villain is an actor who you probably might not recognize, but he was the pizza boss, like Peter Parker's pizza boss from Spider-Man 2. That's the villain.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. But it was just really bad acting. The little kid that played Aang, Aang, it wasn't that good. And I noticed, like, all these villages, the people are supposed to be, like, Asian or Eskimo and just differently culturally diverse
Let's
people.
cast white kids.
Yeah, everyone is white in the movie.
Minus Dave Patel.
Yeah, minus Dave Patel. Everyone is white. And everyone does a shitty job at acting. There were some special effects that were kind of cool. Like when he made bending. The bending was all right. And when he like made that huge wall like at the very end, that was kind of cool. But other than that, the movie really didn't have that much going for it. And it's on my worst list because it's not like a terrible, terrible movie, but it's just a movie that really disappointed me.
My number 8 is Furry Vengeance. Now, just the title. Furry
Brendan Fraser.
Vengeance. And Brendan Fraser. God rest his soul. Okay. I mean, I'm not a huge Brendan Fraser fan, but, I enjoy his movies. He's a fairly good actor. Crash, he was great in that. The Mummy series, he's always fun to watch. Charismatic and stuff. Kicks some butt.
Except for that third movie.
Yeah. But, what else? Airheads. Yeah,
Yes, Airheads awesome.
That was good. Encino Man.
Awesome fucking movie.
I like that movie. It's awesome. Yeah. No, I wouldn't say incredible, but good. I know you would.
Then Furry Vengeance!
Dude! Furry Vengeance. Okay, so yeah, a character is trying to, You see, I can't even talk about it. It's forgettable.
Yeah, it's that forgettable.
Like,
It's Brendan Fraser getting attacked by a bunch of little woodland critters.
Critters.
And the bear and all kinds of stupid
bear,
shit.
Raccoon,
It's so bad.
It's kind of like a movie I saw in the 90s with an actor-comedian. He could speak with the animals. Dr. Doolittle. He didn't get terrorized for it, but same concept.
Yeah. Just shit. My number 7 has got to be Skyline. I saw this trailer, and some people looked at the trailer like, this is going to be stupid. I saw the trailer and was like, wow, this looks pretty cool. And then I read it would only have like a $10 million budget, and I'm like, wow, looking at this trailer for $10 million, it kind of reminded me back to District 9 when only $40 million made it look like $200 million. I was like, this looks pretty interesting and cool, and the concept looks all right. And I watched it, and I was so disappointed and so upset.
Okay.
I was very upset. Well, on alongside when your biggest actor
Is Turk.
Turk from Scrubs,
And the cop from Dexter.
yes, Detective Batista from Dexter's in it, and the Mexican dude, the main character, he was on season 4. He was on season 6 of 24, and then he gets shot in the face.
But then he was in 6 Feet Under.
Yes, that thing was in 6 Feet Under. He played the young girl's boyfriend.
Yeah.
But it was just an overall really shitty movie. Some effects were cool, but it's like especially the very last 10 minutes when you find out why they're kidnapping all the humans and why.
Oh, you find out why. They want something from us. And I'm like, oh, what is it? It's our brains.
Yes, we're spoiling the movie. We don't care. They want to suck up all the humans and take our brains because it like powers the aliens.
So this is a thing. Yeah, they want our brains. They're zombies.
Yeah, zombie aliens. And it turns out the twist at the end is the main character has been exposed to the light so many times, but they keep pulling him back before he gets sucked up, that he's immune to it. And then when they finally kidnap him and the girlfriend, he gets his brain sucked out, put in one of the aliens. And it turns out he can control the aliens.
And then
it
ends.
Yeah, and then it just randomly ends. He goes into the alien body and he's like, time to fuck shit up. And I just looked at it and just went, fuck you, and just walked out.
I did the same.
That's how bad that movie pissed me off. I was like, really? Really? It was a shame.
Face palm. Speaking of face palm, the main character does a thing what I call the 4-finger awkward touch. This is what he did.
Instead of kissing this girl.
Okay, instead of, when a guy, I don't want to use you for example, that'd be mad gay. Alright, hold on, let me, glasses. Okay, so instead of, guy goes for a kiss, he goes in and goes,
yes, instead of going, baby, I love you, we might die, there's aliens, he just comes out and goes,
he kind of like,
just
pushes
randomly wipes her face.
Using her 4 fingers, and and he does that every time. And every time he does it, me and my friends are like, oh, he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And then at the very end, where he saves his girlfriend, he's the alien, he looks at her, and I'm like, I swear to God, if he does it. And then he goes, I'm like, fuck this movie. Fuck it.
Fuck its face.
Fuck it. We're only at number 7.
Only at number 7. What is your number 7, good sir?
The last song.
Miley Cyrus.
I was
at her
dragged
best.
in. I'm sorry.
Miley Cyrus literally at her best.
No.
This is her best performance, and it's a piece of shit.
Greg Kinnear does a good job.
Okay, I'm Greg Kinnear. I'm Miley Cyrus's dad, and I have cancer.
That's awful.
I'm sorry. That's the big thing. It's like, I'm sorry, Miley. You have a boyfriend, and you're finally starting to come out of your shell.
I have cancer.
And then I have cancer. And now you have to take care of me.
And then she writes the last song.
Yeah. Nothing else to say but pure shit.
And the last song, the song that she sings is terrible. You expect, this song's going to be pretty good. No, it's Disney shit. What's your 6?
My 6 is, he already said it, is Furry Vengeance is my number 6. I like Brendan Fraser. Encino Man. I am in love with that movie. Also, shut up. I love that movie, and I love the first Mummy movie. And the second one was okay. And I was just like, the third one was bullshit. But it's like, even if it was bullshit, I forgave Brendan Fraser for Extraordinary Measures, okay? That shows how much I like the guy.
That movie was moving.
That's
My
what I like
bowels.
to do. But then I saw this movie, and then I was just like, no,
Yeah.
no.
All right.
Unless Brendan Fraser comes out with something amazing, I'm just gonna lose all hope in the guy.
All right. All right. I guess my number 6. My number 6. You already said it. Jonah Hex. But no, he didn't say it. My bad. Jonah Hex. Awful. Just awful. Alright. So, I like Josh Brolin a lot.
I love
From the
Josh
way
Brolin.
back days of Goonies.
I got kind of a man crush on Josh Brolin.
Okay. Okay, see? Josh Brolin, he's cool. He's gonna kick ass in this, I'm like, oh, cool. And
Jonah Hex and Megan Fox in that outfit. What? And there's Gatling guns on horses.
And he has powers.
It's like, you see the trailer, you're like, that's pretty cool.
And then I'm like, I see it. I'm like, the movie's awesome. Oh, it's done?
Yeah, literally, 76 minutes is the runtime. An hour and 16 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The movie's
Oh,
fucking terrible.
Yeah, you sit down like, oh, this is... Oh, it's done. I don't remember it. Megan Fox tries to do a southern accent, but she fails.
I told you, Jonah. They searched me very well.
But I can't do it. I'm like, Jonah Hex does
Sounds
like
a fourth grader trying to rehearse for her talent show.
Jonah Hex,
Dumb bitch.
Josh Brolin does like a kind of scrubby voice. His mouth's halfway shut and he's like,
I was most disappointed in John Malkovich's performance because I love John Malkovich. He is a god to me,
He's a god.
and he does terrible. But I will go further in depth with Jonah Hex later on in my list.
Yeah.
Terrible.
What's your...
My number 5 has got to be The Backup Plan. The only thing I have to say about this movie, I'm not a big fan of romantic comedies, but there are some that are good. I do admit that, but after seeing Geely, I lost all hope for Jennifer Lopez. It's just, there's nothing she could possibly do. Then I saw Made in Manhattan. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't absolutely terrible. It was just a meh movie. And then I saw The Backup Plan, and it's Jennifer Lopez trying to be quirky and funny because she starts seeing a guy, and then she ends up being pregnant from another guy, and the guy's like, it's okay, I'll help you. I'm just like, no. Most guys in that situation would be like, I'm sorry, ladies, but I beg you, no pussy is worth that much trouble for her. I'm sorry. No pussy's worth that much trouble. Unless it's your woman, you knocked her up, you take care of her. But the things that go on in this movie are absolutely ridiculous. And I'm sorry, I just can't put any sort of... I can't, attach any sort of emotion or feeling in this movie. It was just god-awful shit, and Jennifer Lopez needs to be taken behind a shed like Lenny of Mice and Men and 2 bullets in the back of her fucking skull. Because I hate her. She has ruined cinema history, ladies and gentlemen.
But she has an ass.
She does have an amazing ass. When you kill her, we'll preserve her ass. We'll cryogenically freeze it. That will be her legacy, ladies and gentlemen.
We have to see her in American Idol.
Yes. But I'm done talking about this movie. You go to your number 5.
No. Vampires suck. So, okay. Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer. Some of my favorite directors of all time.
They're amazing.
Just great.
How can you mess up making fun of one of the worst movie franchises of all time?
They messed it up.
How can you actually...
Make it worse.
Make it worse. How can you hate something that's making fun of something you hate? This movie does that.
So, it has the Jason Friedberg and Alan Seltzer charm, they're like, okay, let's make fun of this, but let's add the Jersey Shore and Lady Gaga in it.
Very first scene is, she's like, who are those guys? And it's just Jersey Shore posing like, oh, that's just the Jersey Shore. And as soon as that happened, I'm just like, fuck, I'm going to hate this movie.
Yeah, what else? The reason, stupid comedy suck now is it's pop culture references like that.
Yes.
But the reason the old ones like Hot Shots and Airplane was good because everything was serious. Like if you watch Airplane, they're doing serious like they're actually making a movie and something funny happens in the background and they're still straight faced.
And the first two scary movies were really funny. The Wayans brothers made it funny. It's because they knew how to take pop culture references and mix it with an actual movie.
Not just
and make a
random,
movie with it.
Not just random like, Lady Gaga, Alice in Wonderland, yeah.
It hasn't been done right in a long time. And Vampires Suck just made us lose our hope in spoof movies.
Yes. Well, my hope is already lost. So, what's your number?
Number 4.
What's your 5?
I already said my 5, sir. It's my number 4. Which is Sex and the City 2. You know what? Sarah Jessica Parker and her foot face need to disappear. I hate Sarah Jessica Parker so much, it makes me feel a little bit of hatred towards Matthew Broderick.
No.
And I love Matthew Broderick. That's how much I do not like this one.
Okay. So, okay. The first one was unnecessary. This
Very
one
unnecessary.
is very more unnecessary.
I saw some of the Sex and the City shows, and I get it, okay, ladies? It's quirky.
It's
quirky.
It's
it has
funny.
some funny humor for like women. It has some funny stuff for women in it, and I get why you like it. It's like I wouldn't expect you to like some of the shows I like. I mean, everyone has their own taste in it, but then the only reason they started making these movies is to ride the money train. There's all these movies don't even have anything funny. Like all the stuff that was quirky and okay about the show
is gone.
It went out the window. This movie was, seriously, you can look at this movie and just say, that is what money-grubbing whores are all about. They did it for nothing but money. They did not care. They did not try to bring any originality about the show back to it. It was just absolutely horrible, and I'm done talking about it. What is your number 4?
My soul to take.
If you watch our reviews, ladies and gentlemen, you already know Corey did his review on it, and he despised this movie.
Okay.
I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
I hated it. Okay. I don't like Wes Craven. I don't like his directing. Okay? Scream, first one,
Okay.
pretty good. I enjoy it. I like the little,
Everything
tongue
Scream.
and cheek stuff, Scream 2? Yeah. Scream 3? What is this, Scream 4 is coming out? Okay. So, and then, Curse come out, I'm like, what is this? It's not scary. It's stupid. He tries so hard, to be like...
He tries so hard to bring horror into the mainstream pop culture scene.
He, tries to make kids, talk weird, and he, puts too much emphasis.
My solo take is basically put it this way. The horrible, terrible writing of Diablo Cody's Jennifer's Body mixed with Wes Craven's directing and writing.
So,
Just put it like that.
Because, the premise was pretty cool again, but then it's just the actors were terrible. I had no connection with nearly all the characters.
Yeah, and like I said...
Only one character I connected with, and then I lost it.
Yeah, no-name actors can be good if you do it right.
But...
And Wes Craven didn't do it.
This is, it didn't explain anything.
Yeah, it just turns out, there's this serial killer from the set. There's these 7 kids were born on that day.
Born on the day the serial killer was supposedly killed. And supposedly all the kids have a part of that soul. So all the kids, are weird and different in their own individual way. And
16 years later,
the Reaper is back and killing them one by one. But, it's 3D, but
there's no 3D.
It's barely 3D, someone going, ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
And it turns out, they think, the creepy-ass main character's best friend ends up being the killer. But the whole movie, they're just like, it's this kid because he's weird and he was in a mental institution. And then it makes no explanation why his friend is the killer.
You know,
Because he's normal the
he
whole movie.
explains a little bit of why, and then, okay, what gets me is this kid has lost the girl he had a crush on, a girl that liked him, that was semi his friend, and a bunch of stuff, and then he kills his best friend, and then he has no emotion towards it. He doesn't show any emotion at all.
And the whole movie he's an emotional weirdo. And then after he kills him, he's like, I feel normal now. And then it's like, I killed the Ripper. The end.
Yeah. His sister's a bitch, but she's like the godfather, and fuck this movie.
She's like 20, and she's in that school. And she's like, oh, it's terrible. Fuck this movie. 3 is The Spy Next Door. Jackie Chan, oh, how you have sunk so low. Jackie Chan used to be one of the greatest martial artists
He still is.
of all time. Him and Jet Li are the two best that are living. And he's gone from being awesome Jackie Chan, beating the shit out of people, to awesome Jackie Chan, quirky family man.
I'll give him credit. After this movie, the Karate Kid came out too, and he was great in that.
Yeah,
I
the
give him
Karate
that.
Kid was actually good.
Give him that.
But
This,
he doesn't hit people anymore. You notice that even in Rush Hour 3. Like, Rush Hour 1 and 2, he's beating people up, punching them and all that. Rush Hour 3, he's like, oh, I'm going to avoid you. I'm going to take a chair and block your fist. I'm going to take this bat and block it and then punt you in the head and just easily knock you out. He's become, like, really tame. And then you went from being tame to, like, doing kids' movies. And he did Spy Next Door. Being a spy, then happened to babysit kids with a bunch of quirky, funny humor. What does it remind you of? Is there a bald guy that maybe have starred in a movie about cars? Oh yeah, it's the fucking Pacifier. It's a fucking Pacifier with Jackie Chan.
with spy catches.
Take a bisexual.
Wait. Billy Ray Cyrus. He's in this.
Yes. But basically take a bisexual macho man out and throw a little Asian dude in it. And it's basically the Pacifier 2. This movie fucking sucks. It's terrible. Jackie Chan, I'm so glad you did The Karate Kid because this movie made me cry on the inside.
Okay.
What is your number 3?
Devil.
Yes. Like we said.
Lucky you said, but let me, okay.
Your little interpretation.
Okay. Saw the trailer, looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Saw M. Night Shyamalan, I'm like, this shit is gonna suck. So, but me being optimistic, I'm like, let me go see it anyway, because it's not written by him, it's just the stories by him. So I'm like, let's see what it is. I walk in, sitting there, watching the movie fall apart. The explanation of who is the evil person is horrendous. You think it's this person because he's a dick. No, I think this person because he's weird. No, it's a black guy. No, it's not. It's a white girl. No, it's the fucking old lady. It's the old lady. The old lady's a bad person.
Kind of reminds you of the crazy woman from Legion. Like, your baby's gonna fucking burn!
Why are you picking on old people?
I don't know. Movies are hating on old people.
Fuck this.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to tell you that this is not like the only movie. Like Devil is like a series of like 4 movies that M. Night Shyamalan. It's called like the Shyamalan or something Chronicles.
Yeah, there's more.
There's gonna be like 3 more that he's writing and getting not real no name directors to direct. But anyway, fuck this movie.
Bad acting. Bad story. That's why.
My number 2. We all love Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right? Not anymore. I used to love Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He redeemed himself slightly.
I will get into that. But, like, Walking Tall, that was a pretty cool movie. I enjoyed it. I liked it. And The Rundown. I loved The Rundown. Some people thought it was like, okay, I really liked it. Him, Sean William Scott,
Fun.
Christopher Walken, badass.
That's fun.
Yes, fun. And even in Be Cool, he was funny in that movie. He played the gay bodyguard guy. And he was like kind of funny in that. And then he started going to Disney. He was in The Game Plan when he's like adopts a daughter and has a quirky, fun dog that wears a tutu and shit like that. And then there's Race to Witch Mountain, which wasn't good. It was supposed to be like a kid's action movie.
It was alright.
It was okay-ish. And just a whole bunch of other Disney shit that pisses me off.
Yeah.
And then he has to go and make the Tooth Fairy. He even has Julie Andrews to star in this movie. She is a legend in filmmaking.
And Billy Crystal.
Yeah. Fucking Julie Andrews is amazing. She's an awesome woman, and she has to stoop to being in this dumb movie. And it's basically, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is like a hockey player. And he's like badass. And
he knocked his tooth out, and that gives him his
he
name.
has to be the Tooth Fairy. But the thing is, he's breaking the rules. He's gonna do his version of the Tooth Fairy. And what do you get? What do you get, ladies and gentlemen?
Him and shoulder pads and all these pads putting a hockey stick in fucking fairy wings.
You get another Disney abomination that makes Dwayne The Rock Johnson look like a fucking asshole. He's doing the Disney train of trying to just make money. That's all he's doing.
I give him credit.
Yes, I do give him credit. He redeemed himself
With
later this year with Faster. That movie was really good. I enjoyed it. I was glad to see The Rock kicking ass. I was happy with that. But this movie almost made me lose hope with Dwayne. But he's supposed to be in Fast 5, the new Fast and Furious movie, which I'm hoping he'll do good in that, even though the Fast and Furious movies are terrible. Well, becoming terrible.
They always were.
The first one was
No.
good.
First one was terrible. Second one was shitty. Third one, shittier. Fourth one, shittiest. Fifth one, fuck it.
But Dwayne The Rock Johnson, fuck you for making this movie. Now, what is your number 2?
Airbender.
Last Airbender.
Okay, so. Okay, so. Alright, it's just abomination. So, you see, I don't understand why they changed the series to where it's a fun series to watch, and they made it dark, depressing, and bleak, and void of any emotion. There were some attempts at humor, but it failed.
And really, the kid that did Aang was just terrible. He really was.
I'm gonna go.
It's like, when he was like trying to be sad, he goes to the village, and his whole entire tribe is just wiped out of existence, fucking just annihilated. Most people would be crazy, but he's just like, oh no, my people. And then when he cries, he's just like, ah!
Think of the guy from Troll 2.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
Yeah. He's a good actor.
Yes, but it's really bad.
Awful. Okay, let's just move on. Fuck it.
My number 1, he talked about it earlier, and I hated it much worse than he did. Jonah fucking Hex. My number 1 most hated film of 2010. Because Josh Brolin was in one of my favorite movies of all fucking time. He was in, please grab it, sir, No Country for Old Men. I love that movie. I don't even care about the weird ending. He was the bomb in that movie, one of the most memorable performances I've ever seen. And John Malkovich. Everything John Malkovich does is good. Even though Red was not that good, John Malkovich was funny in that movie. Burn After Reading, not that good. He made...
What?
It wasn't that good.
It was good.
It was okay.
Fuck you.
He made the movie. John fucking Malkovich. He's an incredible actor. I love him.
Brad Pitt did great too.
But Megan Fox, she's a hottie. I honestly was expecting her to be terrible because she's a dumb bitch. She just runs around in slow motion. Yeah, tatas. That's all she's known for. But they took Josh Brolin and John Malkovich, put them together in a movie to make a fucking cinema massacre, people. They took this movie. First off, it's barely a feature-length film. It should an hour and a half Well, around an hour and 28 minutes. Average runtime for the shorter feature-length film. This
76
movie,
minutes.
76 minutes. It's barely a movie, and the shit they do with this movie is just awful. Like, yeah, the thing about Jonah bringing dead people back, like touching the dead people, coming back, talking, it was okay. But just everything else, horrible acting. Special effects, not great. This whole movie is one big clusterfuck of terrible. And I hate it. I want it to be erased from my memory forever. It is my most hated movie of 2010. Fuck that movie. Your turn, sir. I talked about this, and I did not like it at all, but it stuck with my cousin here. What is your number one?
Skyline.
Skyline.
Alright. What to begin with? What to begin? So, you have a Turk and Scrubs, you have a...
It turns him into a crackhead.
No, that's crack exists. This is getting warmed up. Okay, so you got Turk and Scrubs, you got Batista from Dexter, you got the love interest from Joe Dirt, you got homie that was in 24 and 6 Feet Under, and you got an unknown chick. I have no idea where she's from.
Some bitch.
She's from here on it. I think she's from here, but yeah, Virginia. She's from Virginia, so yay, Virginia, go
Yeah.
Actors, haha. But yeah, so yeah, you get all of them in. You add a $10 million budget that uses it all in special effects that were decently put for a $10 million budget.
And the sad thing is,
And then
all of it's special effects, but you know these actors were desperate because there's only $10 million, but most of the budget from like Unstoppable, I think like over $20 million of that went to Denzel Washington just for him to be in the movie. And you know the actors were desperate to be in this movie just to get a
another
job.
thing is, the directors, the Sprouse brothers, whatever, they used some of that budget, and the apartment they're actually in is one of the brothers' real apartment.
Yeah.
So they couldn't
It's an actual
even
apartment.
get in an apartment. They had to use their own apartment to shoot the film in, and they stole so much from other anime movies. Like if you watch
The same scene from War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, where Turk is trying to get this old man out of his room, you see the little alien thing go down and search the room. I'm like, that's fucking War of the Worlds. And, the aliens want our brains, and then the ending, and then the twist, and there's a sequel coming out supposedly, so fuck it.
This movie really makes me wary of Battle Los Angeles because the directors of Skyline are the visual effects directors of Battle Los Angeles, and they're attached to that movie.
They got in trouble for it, though, because they stole a semi-plan. I don't think they're the directors of that, the special effects,
Anymore.
but who knows.
Hopefully it'll be better because Skyline was a piece of shit, and it's my cousin's worst movie of 2010. But that about wraps it up for us. Yes, this was a very long video, but it's been about 6 months since we've been together in a video, and we came back to present to you Cinema Shit, our top 10 worst of 2010.
You have any honorable mentions? Just,
An honorable mention, let's see. What would your honorable mention be?
Yogi Bear.
Yeah, that was on mine. But
Cats and Dogs 2.
I would have to say Cats and Dogs 2 would be an honorable mention, and I guess My Soul to Take since it wasn't on my list. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed the video. We will have our top 10 best movies of the year and a few more reviews put up. But we're glad to be back. We're the movie guys. Take it easy.
Deuce.